Desire. What does this word desire means to you? Is it good, bad, ugly? Think about it and let's look at verse 46 and understand what desire leads to. Hi, welcome back to OneUs. Today it is day 46 and we will be looking at verse 46. Let's observe a few seconds of silence. Thank you. So now let's look at verse 46. When the Tao is present in the universe, the horses haul manure. When the Tao is absent from the universe, the war horses are bred outside the city. In the first four lines, Laotzu clearly talks about war. What he means by war is, when we are not one with the Tao, when we are not at peace, and when we have a desire for more and more, especially here he talks about countries. When the countries look for, say, more land or power or control over people, all they look for is war. When they're looking forward to war, all that leads is the horses, instead of helping or pulling the carriages in the farm, instead they will be used in the war. That's what Laotzu means. And this is very relevant in the present time as well. Even after 2500 years, now we see that most countries spend significant amount of their money towards their defense. It can be creating a new nuclear weapon, or it can be bio-weapon, or it can be fighter jets, and etc. So that way, they say that they are just preparing for the war. So when they are not at peace with the neighboring country, so they are always at a kind of agitated state and looking for the war. And that's what Laotzu means in the first four lines. When we are not one with the Tao, when we are not at peace, then we are looking towards war. And that is what's happening at this moment as well. People want to expand their boundary. They want to have more land for themselves. And the whole point is, the earth doesn't classify one country or the other. It doesn't say this is the boundary for one country and the other country. In the nature as well, doesn't separate countries. However, we humans, we separate as countries and we say that this is my border, this is your border. And we should not cross yours and then you should not cross mine. We created all the system. Thus, it creates lots of tension in the line of control. Then Laotzu goes on to say, there is no greater sin than craving. Here the word craving, he refers to desiring. When you're talking about desire, there are two types of desire. It is desire for knowledge. It can be desire for peace. It can be desire for anything, which is help us in non-action, which can help us to bring ourselves into peaceful state. The other way of desiring is, it is we want more and more. It can be fame, it can be power, it can be money, it can be anything, which just leads to more and more. With the desire, all it comes is discontent. No greater curse than discontent. So the moment we feel discontent with ourselves, all we see is lack of things. We won't appreciate the things that already we have. We don't be content with the things that we have and appreciate them. Instead, we only see what is missing in our life instead of what we already have. And that is what Laotzu means in this verse. And then the discontent leads to pursuit of more and more of wealth, power and fame. And with that, we become greedy. So that line, Laotzu talks about no greater misfortune than wanting something for ourselves. That is becoming more greedy, that we want more for our own self. We are not happy with what we have. We need more. Even when we get more, we are not happy with that as well. We want more and more and more. So the endless quest for more, it is going to lead in disaster. And that's what Laotzu means here. And finally, he ends it with, therefore, those who know that enough is enough will always have enough. How I see the last line is, when we have a mindset of enough is enough, we know when to stop things. When we say enough of this wealth, then we will be truly at peace. We will be happy with what we have. So it can be with anything, that it can be money, power or fame. Be content with what we have. So When we are talking about the desire, we should also talk about the need and want. The need is absolute essential thing what we need. Yes, that can be changed from different people at different level. However, all I advocate is live a good life. It can be any life that you desire. But then instead of being greedy and see that, oh, all this I need so that I will be happy. Instead, look for your need, which will give you a happy life, and be content. Without that, all you're going to see is you're going to run behind the wants of our life, and that is endless pursuit. In the endless pursuit, most people lose their health. They lose their people, the loved ones around them. They lose the time and opportunity to be with themselves and be one with the nature of being at peace. And that's what Laotzu says in this verse 46. So it is evident from the verse 46 that when a country or a people or a government, if they all desire for more and more, it can be power, control, land, or some kind of a wealth, it is all going to turn into a place of war. With the war, it can be within our own self or with a different person or with the countries as well. So instead, know when to say enough is enough. Stop it. Work for your need, not for your want, because the wants are endless. So that is the crux of verse 46. With that, we come to the end of verse 46. And one actionable thought for today is, look within yourself. What are your desires? And as I said, there are two types of desire. If your desire is for more knowledge or peace or love, even in love, it is not about getting love. It is about giving love. So instead of a desire to get love, have a desire to give love. Because if you expect love, you may get disappointed. Instead, give love. Be a channel, be a source of giving and offering to people. That way, you will get fulfillment. The moment you identify yourself, what are your desires are, then ask yourself, is it worth pursuing it? If not, then try to stay away from that. That way, you will be one with the Tao and be at peace. With that thought, we come to an end of verse 46. Thank you.